Good evening. We begin tonight with a heartbreaking story that's continuing to develop in our southwest. 2 young children struck by a car and killed at Cabramatta this afternoon.
The 1- and 5-year-olds were hit while they were sitting in a pram just after 3 o'clock. Their 33-year-old mother, who was with them, was treated for minor injuries. The driver, a 56-year-old man, has been arrested and taken for mandatory testing. Let's go live to Emily Francis at Cabramatta. Emily, how did this unfold?
Well, Mark, they were being pushed along in a pram just behind me on the corner of Joseph and Gilbert Street just after 3 this afternoon. That's when something has gone terribly wrong. Paramedics and police were confronted by a crash scene which spanned the southbound lanes. It was a confronting scene for people nearby, with Cabramatta West Public School just around the corner as they raced to save their children. Their mother, 33 years old, who was with them, was also treated for minor injuries. They were taken to Westmead Children's Hospital under a police escort, but tragically a short time later they passed away. We heard from police a short time ago.
The community involved here this afternoon was, I can only say, is phenomenal. We've had a number of motorists that actually stopped and collectively have moved the vehicle onto its side, tipped the car over in order to get one of the children from underneath the vehicle. Other bystanders have assisted with CPR to assist the children and the children's mother.
Emily, where is the driver now?
And the driver was arrested here at the scene. The 56-year-old was uninjured, but has also been taken to hospital, where he'll be subject to routine blood and alcohol testing. Crash investigators will be here for the rest of the night, piecing together what went so terribly wrong, despite those incredible efforts from bystanders.
Yeah, heartbreaking. Emily Francis, thank you. Pauline Hanson has delivered one of the defining addresses of her political life. In her first appearance at the National Press Club, it was filled with fire and brimstone.
She had plenty of targets as she outlined her vision for Australia, which abandons multiculturalism and scraps maternity leave. And protesters hit back right there in the room.
At Pauline Hanson's first ever Press Club lunch, an uninvited guest unfurls, making nasty comments behind her back. The banner quickly torn down.
Just tell me, is this another first?
I believe it is. I believe it is.
I get a lot of firsts in my life.
It is. Protest group Get Up claiming responsibility, protesting outside. While inside, Get Up's new campaign director David Shiraz, husband of former Liberal staffer Brittany Higgins, making a swift exit soon after. A stunt first used against Britain's reform leader Nigel Farage, who shares Pauline Hanson's central message.
We cannot be a multicultural society.
Insisting Australia can be multiracial,
but we must be monocultural.
Promising to slash net migration to 130,000 people a year and deport 75,000 overstayers.
Western civilisation and its values are under siege.
The centre of attention, despite an orchestrated diversion, 9 ministers all talking on different issues. The biggest $3.6 billion to continue funding 15% pay rises for 200,000 childcare workers for another 18 months.
What we've done in areas such as this is make sure that workers can be properly paid.
That an obvious dig at Pauline Hanson, who's fighting to represent working Australians but opposing minimum wage rises, same jobs, same pay and wage theft laws, and arguing the bosses should have more power to sack staff. How is any of that helping working Australians?
Well, I'd tell you, Mark, is it really working for small business out there, industries and manufacturing?
And on the gender pay gap, this.
The difference is that if women take time off and they are not paid their wages because they're not working, fair enough. Why should business pay them if they're not at work?
An argument against maternity leave. Senator Hanson also promised to abolish the SBS and turn the ABC into a paid subscription service in the cities, redirecting that funding to cost of living relief. And that protest banner, a dumb stunt that will backfire spectacularly, giving One Nation supporters even more reason to rally behind Pauline Hanson. The Press Club tonight sending the AFP evidence of two people entering the club yesterday without permission to erect the remote-controlled banner, and of David Shiraz filming today's stunt on his phone before leaving, now facing a possible criminal investigation.
Mark Riley in Canberra, thank you. Kyle Sandilands has opened up about his $12 million settlement to drop his lawsuit against the radio bosses who dumped him.
He's also revealed his mum has cancer, admitting he's been rattled while secretly dealing with her treatment and the drama of his sacking.
Catching up with Kyle Sandilands today after a messy few months.
How you doing? I'm well.
A settlement signed and ready to move on.
It means I can get back to work rather than annoying my wife. So it's quite daunting to have that hanging over your head.
After February's on-air blow-up.
That's an attack, and
It's not an attack, it's an actual fact, babe. Okay. I'm so sorry.
That broke up radio's richest partnership and led to a legal fight between Kyle and Jackie O and Kiss FM owner ARN.
Put me back on the radio and let's get the share price back up.
He was suing for $85 million. ARN says he settled for just $12, $3 million paid as a lump sum up front, then $250,000 a month for the next 3 years.
I could have dragged it on for like a year and a half. My guys are pretty confident of winning.
He still remains the highest person working in Australian radio, even though he's not actually on radio anymore.
But ARN will also give Sandilands free ads in return for a profit share from a new subscription podcast.
I don't care if it's hugely successful or if it just keeps the people that were retrenched employed.
Industry watchers say ARN, facing financial pressure, has dodged a bullet.
It's great for ARN. Their share price is up over 20% today.
While Sandilands' case has settled, the legal action brought by Jackie Henderson continues for now. She's seeking $82 million from ARN. That case set to return to court tomorrow.
How do you feel about Kyle getting settled?
Jackie should be very hopeful that this is an option for her to strike a deal, if that's what she wants.
While for Sandilands, there may be new priorities too, confirming his mother has cancer.
I'm sorry, my mum's just doing some cancer treatment, so I'm just going to pick her up from the doctors. Happy with the deal, rattled that my mum's not well.
Announcing this settlement today, ARN said that Kyle Sandilands will not be appearing on any of its stations and is banned from working for any of its radio rivals for the next 9 months. But Kyle tells us he's focused on building his own platform, said to be a subscription live show streamed every morning and commercial free, so no issues with advertisers.
Paul Caddick, thank you.